episode of Firefighters and Fire Trucks Getting Ice Cream. I'm Jesse Quinalty, and today we're hanging out with John Price. John is a state advocate for the Everyone Goes Home program, and for a couple of years he had me roped in before I got really busy, and just a great program. And this is kind of a special episode. We're actually up here in Yucca Valley. We're heading up to Pioneertown, which is where I originally got burned over on a fire, on a wildland fire, and got trapped in a garage with my crew. So that's the catalyst for Red Helmet training, and the reason why all of this exists today. So we're hanging out with John. It's obviously warm. He's drinking water. So, but we're heading up to Pioneertown. How you doing, John?
Doing good, man. Nice to be here with you on the anniversary of your extended life period.
Yes.
And you know, it was I've been out here once before with you, and I think I mentioned being a city guy and having to go into I zones once in a while. I studied a lot of bad incidents to try to prevent one. And right when I thought I kind of was getting a handle on fuel topography and whatnot, we come out to the desert, and it's a burn over in the desert.
Yeah.
Totally reset what I thought was burnable.
Well, that's why I always refer to that weather, topography, and fuels as WTF. Because it'll get you, for sure. Let me get through the gears. Get that. You might be in good shape. Oh, there it is. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting coming up here for the 13-year anniversary. And we were talking about it earlier. Yesterday was my daughter's 4th birthday. And amazingly, and luckily, I'm still here to see her grow up. So, John, this is the entrance to Pioneertown. It was basically an old Western movie set built by Dale Evans and Roy Rogers. And just really cool, all old wood buildings and stuff like that. But this is Pappy and Harriet's Pioneertown Palace. When we arrived on scene of the fire, everybody was congregating here as the fire was, burning towards the little town here. But here we're going to pick up Scott Pylon. He was actually one of my crew members that was in the garage with me.
Right.
I think you've met him before. Mm-hmm. Give him a little code light stuff here. Scott.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess we'll come back to Pappy and Harriet to have ice cream. Let's go to the site.
Okay.
And
yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah. Been a while since you've been up there. How long has it been since you've been to the side of the burn over?
I think it's been since this. Well, maybe the year after.
Okay.
So maybe 12 years, 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
Been a long time.
Well, I'm glad we're still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and John were just talking about it. My daughter's 4-year-old birthday is the day before, and this year you just got married.
I just got married a few days ago.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
It's amazing how things work out.
It really is.
But it's definitely surreal driving back through here.
Yeah.
Seeing the regrowth and how much brush there is again and annual grasses again. And,
yeah. It's a town again.
Right. Yeah, you remember the fire came all the way through here. This paved road, they basically held it on this paved road.
Right.
This guy's actually pulling over for my bubble gum. See that? They held this paved road right here and kept it from Main Street and all the old Pioneertown.
Yeah, I remember some of the aerial photos that showed everything over here was black.
Yeah.
This was all still green.
And a ton of these houses ended up burning down.
Yeah.
It was quite a bit of structures that caught fire, including the one we were protecting.
Including the one that we were in.
Yeah, the one we were in. Yeah. This is John. This is the volunteer fire station where we originally staged to get our assignment to go do structure defense, and then this is also where we came back to after we retreated. After the garage had caught fire, we barely escaped out of there. So this is in the training presentation. This is actually where we retreated back to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we came back here, you couldn't see anything around you because there was so much smoke.
Right.
And we could hear all the propane tanks to these homes just venting off.
Well, and we get here, and there's a bunch of engines here, and the ambulances
Are here, yeah.
firefighters and civilians are all being treated for smoke inhalation and burns.
Burns, yeah.
Yeah. It's just pretty amazing that fire came out of this rocky area. You would never expect that fire to do what it did. And then here we are 13 years later, you know. It's still pretty crazy. Remember, like, there was that 2-story house up here that afterwards all that was left was like that spiral staircase.
That's it.
Like
That's
everything
it.
else
I
was
think
gone.
it was this house right here.
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, it was like right over here.
Yeah.
The only thing was the metal.
Was the metal circular spiral staircase.
Yeah. The rest of the house
Everything
was gone.
else was on fire onto the ground.
Amazingly, like we were talking about, we went to Master Instructor together, and one of the big things I picked up on, not only teaching in that effective domain as much as possible, but I also picked up a concept with that Abilene paradox. You know, the inability to manage agreement. And I think that there was a lot of things on this fire where you actually saw that road to Abilene come to fruition when we're all kind of going with the plan and everybody's agreeing to the plan, but off to the side, we're all thinking like, I don't know if this is going to work, you know, but we're not speaking up about it or whatever. And I think we've all been on those fires. You know, you're on a wildland fire. The captains meet with the strike team leader. We lay out the plan, and then as we're walking back to the engines, there's a couple captains going, "Well, that's never going to work."
Yeah, the group thing.
Up. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, chief.
Yeah, that group think and sometimes just thought, you know, the thought that we're infallible, that we can't make mistakes, or you know, or just in the normal reason. Like, it's not like when I woke up that morning and came back on duty that morning that I said, you know what, I think I'm going to get Scott and Chris and Carissa in a garage and get them close to dying inside a burning structure. You know, It's not like there's any, you know, committing that normalization of deviance part of that in your brain, you know, and you look at normalization of deviance where you're just kind of going outside the parameters of what we do, and it started from literally before we even responded to the fire, because we're responding in somebody else's engine, because both of ours were down, and it's pretty funny because 29 Palms Fire Department, they have like these lime green, yellowish colored engines, and we picked this thing up, you know, the red engine the day before, very similar to this, and when the crew's coming on duty the following day, they're like, what's up with the red engine out there? And I go, oh, you guys haven't heard? County Fire takes us over tomorrow. Pack your shit, you're fired. and it's a nice little joke, but that was the beginning to the Swiss cheese, you know? Especially when this thing comes, you know, I keep referring to this thing because it's so similar.
It really is.
You know, when it showed up, we should have said, time out, open cab, not going to happen, but, you know, we all just go, all right, that's what we're going to deal with. Then let's go.
We're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
And you had a 4-person crew, so driving out of it with guys in the jump seat really wasn't an option, right?
Well, we did when we were leaving out of there, and that's where Carissa actually sustained the burns that she got. She got 2nd and 3rd degree burns on her neck from being in an open cab engine.
Yeah.
But me pulling that engine kill switch on accident was the best thing we ever did. The emergency shutdown on that old 1980 Irregular France. If I didn't do that and we would have tried to drive out of there during the fire, we would all have been dead.
God's grace in mistakes.
Somebody was saying, hey, you need to really screw up right here.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be the best thing for you.